just talk about the overall. Disappointing, obviously.
Yeah, we just started off a little slow, and they got up on it, fought hard in the end to come back, but wasn't enough time.
How much does this give you, for the future? I mean, it didn't look good early on, but you guys, like you said, kept battling, kept fighting, and the offense seemed to get better.
Right, that's the positive, that we kept fighting and we kept working the whole game. And, all we got to do now is go back to work and build on that. We weren't tired. They didn't beat us because we were tired or anything. We just had too many mistakes. We just got to go back to work.
Josh Harvey, for you, how did it just feel to get out there and play in a game?
It felt great for me just being in this atmosphere, being on the field again. I really took it all in, just coming out and being able to play after the whole year. It's fun.
And you got you two.
Right. Yeah. That's a bonus.
Yeah, what did you see on those plays?
It was just reading the quarterback. The first one, I just dropped and sat on the route, on the curl route. And the second one, I seen the play action trick play, and I just got back, and the ball was there.
You see a lot of these freshman receivers in practice. How good is that? Those guys out there, a lot of them playing in their first college game, and they're making plays.
Right, they did great today, and especially the quarterback, Lamar Jackson. He plays with a lot of confidence, and he's pulling those guys with him. And I feel like they did a great job out there today. And all we can do is build on that.
Did Lamar impress you from the get-go? I mean, when you first see him in practice, you're like, this guy's something special.
Yeah, the thing that impressed me about him was his confidence. He's a freshman quarterback that hasn't played, and he goes out there and does what he has to do to make a play, whether it's a running or a throwing. And he did a good job today.
What do you all have to improve defensively on the most, do you feel like, after this?
What'd you say?
The defense to improve on the most.
The most? I'd probably say just stopping the run a little bit more, and they got more rushing yards than we wanted them to get. So we just got to come back and go to work this week.
What was your mindset in that last series? You were hoping to give the offense some time on the clock, but it didn't quite work out.
Yeah, I thought we was going to get them off the field, but the penalty hurt us, and then, we only had one timeout, so it was really just a matter of us trying to stop them early, but we didn't. So
they kind of got going in the running game in the third quarter. What did they do real well that quarter? And then you guys seemed like they set off the offense a little bit and picked up the momentum.
Yeah, in the second half they ran the ball more than we wanted them to. They were doing a lot of sweeps and powers, and we weren't making the tackles. So that's something we have to work on too.
How sure were you that first play would work? I'm sure you saw that a couple of times in practice this week. And
I really wasn't paying attention to it like that until I seen it. I was watching on the screen. And I was like, oh man, but I didn't see it in practice, so I really didn't know what the first play was going to be.
Was it deflating sprint out the work? Because you guys are going right back out there to stop them. But when they score that quick and you have such a short field to defend, what does that do for the beginning of the game?
Well, we just got off to a slow start, and I feel like we battled better in the second half, but the slow start kind of put us behind a lot.
You hate to put too much emphasis on 2 interceptions, but do those feel a little bit better than one, just from what all they meant?
I mean, it feels great because it's my first game back. I only had one my 1 year that I played at Georgia, so I mean, it was I really wanted to win, And I didn't care about the interception. I just wanted to win. Yeah.
Josh, do you feel like Auburn had 14 picks last year. Do you feel like you can fill some of that void and continue what you did today?
Well, I hope to get as many interceptions as I can, but that's not really a goal of mine to get 14 or 15. I just want to win.
I mean, just in general, though, do you feel like you're kind of well-suited or whatever to be a guy who can get a lot of picks?
Yes, I do. In this defense, I do.
How so?
Just the way it allows me to read the quarterback and play free.
What was it like playing against Carter Lewis after that play at Auburn, Georgia play?
It was great. I love competing, and him and Duke Williams are great receivers. It was a great opportunity to go against them.